What's with libertarians and their obsession with the drug war? You know, their obsession with legalize it and all of that. What are they, all a bunch of potheads? Are they just out of touch with what's really happening in America? Here's the deal. I'm a Christian and I don't use street drugs, and I believe that decriminalization is one of the most important issues in America. Probably sounds strange. And I think Christians too often have a knee-jerk reaction to the issue of the drug war, that because they think that if it's legal, you're saying it's okay. That if you're legal, then it's moral. And those two things are not the same thing. And I think we can both agree, you know, if you are a Christian, as I am, that you don't want the U.S. government defining for you what is, you don't want the U.S. government defining your moral code, right? I think we can both agree on that. And so big picture, what is the purpose of the drug war? What is the purpose of it? Is it to reduce drug abuse? Is it? Because we haven't. So maybe we ought to see if there's any example somewhere else. And actually there is. Fortunately, we have an example, because Portugal decriminalized a little over 10 years ago, and they had remarkable results. 10 years after decriminalization, they were able to cut their drug abuse in half. In half. That's cool. I don't even know why, but I think it's fantastic, and maybe it's worth a look, right? Because right now we have people dying in the name of our drug war. We do. And if you think that people are not, you know, people are like, no, it's, you know, we're not putting a gun to the head of the addicts. We're putting a gun to the head of the dealers. Those are the people, you know, we love the addicts. It's the dealers that we want to take down. Okay, well, yeah, except that 89% of all drug arrests are possession. So if you think that we're not, then you haven't been looking at the stats. And the other thing too is all of the no-knock raids, and those are not for dealers. They're not strictly, you know, in the realm of dealers. Last year, I'll just give you an example. Here in St. Paul, we had one recently. A raid was on a house, and the cops came in. They shot the family, you know, no-knock raid. Busted in the house, shot the family dog. They had 2 young daughters. I have 2 young daughters, so I can empathize with this, and and I have a dog, and I can't imagine what these girls went through. So they shot the family dog, and then they made the little girls, they handcuffed everybody in the house, classy, and they made the little girls sit with their now dead dog while they went on to search the house for an hour, even after they realized that they had the wrong house. Yeah, that was right here in St. Paul. And why did they do that? Why? Well, I imagine they kept searching the house because they were hoping to find some dirt on them, because they knew this wasn't going to look very good when they realized that they got the wrong address. But, you know, that's a dead dog, and that's some seriously traumatized little girls. That's bad. But what's worse is all the people that are getting killed in the name of the drug war. May 5th of last year, Vanessa Guarina saw someone pointing a gun at her in the window, and one of her family members had experienced a home invasion, and they were actually murdered. I think it was cousins of hers. So she grabbed her husband, and he found a weapon. He was still in his underwear. He found a weapon, and he told his wife and his 4-year-old son to go hide in the back room of the house. He went to the front door, and the door was busted in, and he was riddled full of bullets. And this here right there, if you can see that, that is Jose Guarina, beautiful Marine, and his wife is now a widow. He is no longer with us, thanks to the drug war. And they found nothing. They found nothing in this man's house, and I'll just leave that up so you can get a good look at him. But they found nothing in this man's house. But now this man's 4-year-old and his 6-year-old are without a dad. And what if they had found some marijuana? What if they had? What if he had marijuana growing in his house? Or what if he had a stash? Who cares? Who cares? His kids are now fatherless. They didn't find anything anyway. But is that worth it? Is that worth it? Because that's the question that a lot of us are asking when we say this is not worth it. And it's not accomplishing what we set out to accomplish anyway.